When the mask slips, manipulation exposed. When I stopped complying with the narcissist's demands, their sweet facade crumbled, revealing rage beneath. Staying detached, I held power while their attempts to regain control grew increasingly desperate. From golden child to scapegoat, conditional love, the narcissist showered me with praise when I obediently conformed to their idealized image. But when I asserted my independence, they immediately devalued me, employing guilt trips and put-downs to coerce my compliance. I stand strong in myself, slander and lies, character assassination. When their manipulations stopped working, the narcissist lashed out in a vindictive frenzy, spreading lies to destroy my reputation. But I know my truth, and will not be intimidated into compliance with bullying and slander. Fear of losing control. Withdrawal of supply. The narcissist expected continuous access and deference from me. When I went no contact, withdrawing my attention completely, their wild-eyed texts and calls laid bare their fear of losing a loyal subject to control. I am finally free. You don't own me. Discarded, but not broken. Once the narcissist realized I could see through their facade, they immediately discarded me without warning or reason. Unable to hook me back in, I was dehumanized and branded worthless. But my value stems from within, not what any narcissist believes about me. I owe you nothing. Boundaries established. The narcissist claimed my time, energy, and attention belonged to them. When I stopped giving endlessly, they guilt-tripped and demanded explanations. But I owe them nothing and will not rationalize my decisions. My life is my own. Your approval means nothing. I am enough. The narcissist picked at every flaw to undermine my confidence. My worth depended on pleasing them. Now I see their criticism and judgment means nothing. My only validation comes from within. Surviving the smear campaign, lies exposed. When I exposed the narcissist's lies, they launched a smear campaign to destroy my reputation. But the truth surfaced, revealing their deceit. I stayed strong through character assassination, knowing my integrity speaks for itself. You can't have me. Freedom restored. The narcissist tried every trick to keep me tied to them. Love bombing, manipulation, guilt trips. I nearly lost myself trying to escape the cycle. Now I cherish my freedom and will never again compromise my worth. I choose me. Priority shift. The narcissist demanded my constant attention and access to my inner world. Deprived of supply, their moods shifted swiftly. Now I choose me, filling my own cup first and embracing healthy boundaries. The intimidation game. Refusing to be silenced. When I stood up to the narcissist's bullying, they tried to make me feel small and powerless through intimidation and threats. But I saw through their games, unwilling to give in to fear tactics meant to control me. Seeing through the projection, just a deflection. The narcissist projected their worst traits onto me. Deceitful, manipulative, unstable. But their projections reveal more about them than me. I know the truth, despite their attempts to distort reality and evade accountability. Crocodile tears, fake remorse. Whenever I reached my limit, the narcissist broke down in dramatic displays of feigned sadness and remorse, playing victim. Now when the waterworks start, I recall their empathy is only ever a means of manipulation. You underestimated me, still standing strong. The narcissist believed they could exploit me endlessly. When I instead exposed their abuse, they were outraged. They underestimated my inner strength. Now I invest only in those who respect and appreciate my true value. The truth will out. Lies have an expiration date. The narcissist's house of lies eventually collapsed. Their mask slipped too many times and the weight of deception caught up. In the end, their character was revealed. But I survived with truth, dignity, and wisdom learned from the pain they caused. I see you clearly now. Manipulations, transparent. Once I educated myself about narcissistic abuse tactics, the narcissist could no longer pull the wool over my eyes. Their games were utterly transparent. Knowledge of their playbook was power, never going back. Freedom over trauma bonds. Leaving the narcissist was the hardest yet most rewarding thing I've done. The withdrawal nearly broke me. Now I cherish my inner peace and freedom. I'm never going back, no matter the empty promises and fake contrition. Living well is the best revenge. Validation from within. The narcissist wanted me broken after I discarded them, but I flourished without their abuse, validating myself. My healing and happiness on my own terms was the best revenge. You'll self-destruct. Karma will catch you. The narcissist believes they are too cunning ever to face consequences, but their web of lies and exploitation can only grow so wide before it snares them. They will self-destruct under the weight of their own deeds. I let karma take its course. Blind devotion no more, worthy of my love. The narcissist once had my blind devotion and loyalty. Now I reserve allegiance only for those who authentically care, whose actions match their words. I give my all solely to people deserving of it, raising my standards, investing in my worth. The narcissist eroded my boundaries, causing me to betray myself just to please them. No more. I nurtured my self-worth and developed standards. Now I invest only in healthy relationships with partners who cherish me in word and deed, beneath the false confidence. Hollow at the core, the brash, attention-seeking narcissist masked deep wells of insecurity and self-loathing. Their overcompensation showed what fragile egos they had. But my worth stems from within, not the narcissist's empty praise. Starving the narcissistic supply, withdrawing completely. The narcissist required constant validation. I exhausted myself trying to fill their bottomless pit of need. Then I went no contact, withdrawing my energy entirely. Deprived of supply, their grasping nature was laid bare, and my freedom restored. Unmasked, false self exposed. Once I stopped buying into the narcissist's larger-than-life persona, I saw the fragile, desperate emptiness behind the facade. Their posturing could not conceal the absence of true substance. In the harsh light of truth, they stood unmasked, putting down roots, building stability. The narcissist tried to keep me in a state of perpetual uncertainty and anxiety about the future. Now I nurture stability. I establish roots in community and commitments bigger than any narcissist's ego. Cutting energetic ties, reclaiming my light. After the relationship ended, the narcissist still found ways to hook into my energy from afar. I underwent cord-cutting rituals to sever all ties and reclaim my freedom. I protect my inner light at all costs. You're nothing to me now. Indifference is freedom. At first, the narcissistic ex still occupied my mind constantly. Then one day I realized I hadn't thought of them in weeks. Indifference set me free. They faded to a distant memory unworthy of my mental space. Healthy detachment. At peace in myself. The narcissist tried to make me jealous and manipulate me with the silent treatment. But their games no longer work. I developed healthy detachment. My peace and self-worth come from within, not anything they do. Unfazed, power struggle over. The narcissist tried every trick to provoke and upset me. Triangulation, smear campaigns, discards. But I saw through the ploys and remained unruffled. They were outraged to no longer have such power over my emotions. I am who I am. Unconditional self-love. The narcissist constantly shifted the goalposts for what I needed to do to please them. Now I know their conditional love was just a tool to control me. I embrace myself fully. I am enough. Off my pedestal, unworthy of worship. I once put the narcissist on a pedestal, giving them excessive admiration. Now I reserve such veneration only for rare individuals of true virtue, empathy, and integrity. The narcissist falls far short of qualifying. True colors. Wolf in sheep's clothing. I made endless excuses for the narcissist's lies, indifference, and betrayals. Then they devalued and discarded me without warning. This revealed their true colors. But I trust reality, not their gaslighting and spin. Building my queendom. Chosen family. The The narcissist tried to isolate me from friends and family who saw through their games. Now I nurture a vibrant support system, surrounding myself with loving people invested in my well-being and personal growth. Unshakable self-belief, strength from within. The narcissist exploited my self-doubt to control me, capitalizing on past traumas they knew made me vulnerable. No more. I cultivate unshakable belief in myself that no smear campaign or manipulator can take away. You will not dim my light. Unquenchable spirit. The narcissist envied my talents and vibrant spirit. They tried to dim my shine among friends to feel superior, but my light radiates from within. Their shadows can never extinguish it. My voice matters. Speaking my truth. The narcissist routinely shut down and dismissed my feelings and opinions. Now I share my authentic perspective freely. My voice and lived experience matter. Accountability in action, owning my mistakes. The narcissist avoided accountability for their lies and cruelties, deflecting blame and refusing to engage. I hold myself accountable for my mistakes and missteps through reflection, apology, and change when needed. I see through your lies. Gaslighting failed. The narcissist constantly tried to rewrite history and make me question reality. But I know the truth of what happened in my core being. No distortion campaign can make me forget. Finding closure from within. Inner wisdom. I sought explanation and closure from the devoid of empathy narcissist in vain. Now I find peace by looking within, challenging limiting stories, and crafting my own closure. The past can't haunt me without my permission. You're not superior. We're all equal. The narcissist looked down on me for not excelling by their arbitrary standards. Now I know my life has worth and meaning on my own terms. Different does not mean less than protecting my energy, investing wisely. After the narcissist, I vowed never to drain myself pleasing people again. Now I shelter my energy and time, investing only in connections that reciprocity, mutual growth, and shared humanity. The truth always surfaces. Lies are temporary. The narcissist said I'd never expose their lies about me, certain they concealed their misdeeds. But the truth emerged over time, validating my perception. The narcissist's house of cards collapsed in the end. Gone forever. Door closed for good. After the discard, the narcissist hoovered back, promising change. I almost caved to social pressure, doubt, and loneliness. Now the door is forever closed. My sanity and safety come first, without exception, never going back. Freedom above all. Leaving the narcissist was the hardest yet most rewarding thing I've done. The withdrawal nearly broke me. Now I cherish my inner peace and freedom. I'm never going back, no matter the empty promises and fake contrition. You can't manipulate me anymore. Power reclaimed. Once I saw through the narcissist's games, their tactics had no effect on me. Where charm, guilt trips, and flattery once hooked me in, now they just slid off. I was immune to their manipulations, walking away with dignity, rising above. The narcissist tried to goad me into public battles to embarrass me during the divorce, but I refused to play their sick games and walked away with dignity intact, head held high.